Okay. All right. Welcome back to our Freedom Family Movement for our Get Three, Get Free project. And we are now interviewing in Pennsylvania by way of Georgia, because she's on her way to Georgia. And Miss Queen Ella Woods, who is now not just hitting our first rank, she skipped right over the first rank of founder where you would normally have the first interview. She's now at founder 1,000 on her way to
So
2,000,
yeah.
which would probably happen within
This
the next,
month.
yeah, I'll
Yes.
just say within the next few days. So first of all, good morning and congratulations, Queen. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. Super excited. Definitely on my way to the epic venture of this lifestyle that they presented us. Here we go, and I'm speechless a little bit because I guess I didn't know what we were about to hit, and the best is yet to come.
Yeah, we're literally just getting started. Was it 16 days in? Although we did have a pre-launch, we're now officially in business. The checks are already rolling. So
yes, I got mine too.
right. So congratulations on that. You're not just getting the residual income, but you're in the comma club for residual income.
Yeah.
So tell everybody in the social media world, YouTube world, who you are, right? Who you are, background, a little bit about, where you're from and the journey you've been on to lead us to where you are today.
Yes. Well, first of all, I'm super excited that God allowed me to be able to meet you, of course, and the team of Shahid and Kevin Crump. Got to give my props to my boys, and of course, Kylo London. And other than that, I'm a mother of three grown children, ages 31, 28, and my daughter's 25. So, I'm so grateful that I've been able to raise them, and now I can kind of like live my life and leave legacy. I do have one granddaughter. Her name is Nova Star. She's a year and a half now, and I can't wait to see her over there in the Houston, Texas area. So a little bit about me is I was sharing a little bit. I'm actually a little bit of Georgia and Jersey. So in essence, my mother had me was birth. In essence, she was pregnant with me in Jersey. Went to Georgia, had me in Columbus, Georgia, and at a famous hospital called the Medical Center in Columbus, Georgia, which they used to have a soap opera called the Medical Center. Would you believe that? Wow. So I was famous from the day I was born. Amen. So anyway, she journeyed back to the Jersey area, and I grew up and I graduated in Plainfield, New Jersey in '83. I actually was the first 3-year graduate. We were one of the first 3-year graduate classes, but I was one of the only 16-year-olds to graduate at Plainfield High School at 16 and 3 years. And basically, I went on to think I was going to become a doctor, which I'm a doctor too. I got your initials, DRN, money coach, but I have it in more of this other side of life, which you kind of like, we're kind of parallel because I also am in the financial arena. I did real estate for about 16 years, and then I went on to be into the financial arena with insurance. As an insurance advisor, we call them financial advisors. I help other people portfolio their finances and make the right decisions from cradle to grave, from time they get, the different phases of life from birth to, and right now with where we went with COVID, a lot of people did not have insurance. So that was like an advocate for that. And I'm still that because of the fact that so many people died and didn't have policies. The news will show you people, all these bodies in these makeshift morgues, and it's because the people weren't covered, and for some reason in the African-American community, all of us, a lot of them are affected because they don't think that they have to have that. It's just like auto insurance. You can't drive without it. Guess what? You shouldn't live without it from birth all the way up to, when you get ready to retire. I mean, I would sell like financial, like to key people like yourself. If you have a business, that was what I was doing. So to get here, I actually was working on a nonprofit opportunity where I wanted to do a home for girls called the House of Ruthville Stability Home. So I went all the way to Vegas, felt like I could take that gamble after the storm Harvey. And I did. And I ended up meeting some interesting people that actually got me back here via insurance. Plus, also, I do a radio podcast called Reestablishing American Dream. And of course, you've been on that show with me a couple of times, and we're just at the beginning of our epic opportunity. And for me, venturing, I started in one platform with this about 5 years ago. Was kind of confused, I didn't really pick it up that well. I'm kind of like the one that could teach it, but it's hard to sometimes get it for, somebody teaching you on the other side. But this is something that I glean and I really want to know for myself, which is doing the Forex trading. So I went to this young lady and I asked her, it was time. I just heard from God, like, it's time to get in. This is where money is getting ready to go for you and for the people. So as a financial advisor anyway, I knew that dealing with stocks and things, I did with more mutual funds, though I didn't do stocks or options, but I did at one time work for Edward Jones. So I was going to go to work for them. And matter of fact, that was in the Dallas-Fort Worth area where I had gotten the opportunity to take my Series 7, and I had my license for the Series 5, which is in the actual stock market. I was going to be more so a stock broker at the time for Edward Jones. And God turned that around. So I ended up going into insurance because we had the 9/11 and the World Trade Center and all that Oklahoma bombings and all that. So that was back in the 2000s when I first ventured off in the financial arena. So getting me to now where I knew money was shifting. I remember Bitcoin, which I know you're a great fan of it. I Absolutely. Just never really dabbled in it. So I was, it's still foreign to me, but I know right now we're about to really walk into that day where we're going to have no choice because, and I'll get to that. But as I began to venture through that other platform, I had a call from a guy named Khalil Lundy and his brother saying, look, we're about to get into this other opportunity. Our manager saying it's time to shift because as entertainers, and that's what they are, they're entertainers, the Force MDs, they did not know what to do. The entertainment market got hit so hard that for me, I also was going into artist development. So as you don't know that, but I'm a PR. So I help artists from the beginning to the end of their career, establish their credit, get their things set up for if something in their career that they can fall back on, insurance policies, etc. Now for everything, and I did not turn my phone off, so I do apologize.
That's okay. I know you're busy.
I will turn it off though right now. For everything in that part, I was like, well, I still got to get to my money because I want to go back and do this project for my girls' home in Houston. I wasn't going back to live and do it. I just wanted to bring economic enterprise to the community out there in Houston, also jobs for a lot of the people in that community. And then also I want to help women. I'm a woman, okay? And I'm also a woman that got divorced, but also I've gone through the trials of life. It's not easy when you're a financial, you have a nice lifestyle and things as an African-American woman. It's a little different in our society, trying to hold it down for the family, your children, you want them to go in the right direction. Then you don't, guys, they don't really think they're supposed to have a part in your life, but it don't matter if you're my friend or what, as a male, just sometimes the women, they really need that. So I'm an advocate for women, but I'm more so, I want to work with girls ages 12 and up because my daughter was affected. I went through a divorce at 12 when she was 12. And basically the trials that she's had to go through allows me to know how to really work with women in this day and how to help them to be able to stay afloat, not depending really on a man. Of course, we need the man in our life because that's what God created, male and female, to do a work. But at the end of the day, be solid and strong enough to be able to support your household and take care of your daughters because our daughters are suffering these days. So with that, I wanted to get into where I could financially be able to do that without the support of other people. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So getting it back to the other platform that I got in, I end up getting another group where I end up meeting you guys, and that's where we took off. And at that point, I was worldwide, right? So,
yeah. Let's kind of speak. Let's speak to that because I want the world to know you have a very diverse background.
Yes.
And with that, you've been able to use that that platform, right? The connection and the relationships, experiences that you have to now building an international business, not even a local business, but you're now building internationally with this specific project, right? And so
Mhm.
speak to what you've been doing
Yes.
as far as since Epic is concerned, right? And this movement of teaching people the skill
Yeah.
set of money management and how to trade Forex. And now because of your background, you're not
Yeah.
just learning it, but you're building a team of people all
Oh,
around the world. What have you been doing to make that happen?
whew. Yeah, so I'm utilizing a lot of my relationships. Of course, when I first sought out in this venture, I was like, okay, who do I know that I would like to affect? So the first person was one of my good friends, Dr. Agnes Blinton over in the Bahamas. I've been knowing her probably for about 16 years.
Wow.
We were going to do a project years ago out there in the Bahamian Islands with real estate. So I couldn't get her into some of the other ventures. So I said, you know what, I'll always go with my first mind. And I called and she said, well, I'm doing this other thing, but I'll help you. She didn't have a problem. She said, I'm gonna put you with this young lady, which you'll be meeting her one day soon too, because we're expecting, the Bahamian women to really get to a whole nother level of greatness with this epic opportunity that you brought to our lives. Because if it wasn't for you that day saying, look, we're going to be taking this shift over here. I mean, it was a little sudden, but let me tell you, I have no days I would ever regret it. I don't feel like I've ever missed anything in this movement here. The best, like I said, is yet to come. I have phones all over the place. I'm not kidding you. That's how busy I used to be, but I guess I'm still busy, right? So with that being said, I ended up calling her, and then it was a gentleman that was following me on Facebook named Bridge from India. And I have a lot of people in India. I have another son named Sion. He's a minister out there in I don't even want to get up. I guess the phone's going to end up stopping in a minute. I apologize because I'm on an interview now. But the thing with Bridge was that he was eager and excited. He's still here. It's just that India's taken such a hit in this economy with the pandemic and everything happening, as well as the Bahamian Islands. But the difference is they're not making excuses over there. The Bahamian people are really getting it done, and they're using their small resources that they have coming in because they're not in America. So I'm not dealing with just a simple situation, but the blessing is that I'm going to see these people grow and become great. And I know what we have as a future with Epic and with the Millionaire March team, that we're going to be able to bridge all of that with the Indian people. And of course, I have Black Wall Street. How do you hit that rock of Gibraltar? My God. So that was from a friend of mine, D, that I heard from God to call. And, it was just so just prophetic for me that I literally heard. And then I was like, you know what, since the Force and D's, because they're like my middle leg, right? That's that. Who could ever have all of these great legends in my life? That's legendary. And Agnes, she's a super fantastic lady of God. She pastors, and these women, they believe in her. And she do a lot to help that community out there. She knew Miles Monroe. So to even know someone of that legacy is like, wow, super, super unbelievable, and now we're venturing off and looking forward to doing the Epic University with all of these nations. And we're just tapping in. I haven't even hit the masses, and I'm international. So I'm serious. I have friends all over the world, and not in just those couple countries, but I haven't even tapped into Africa. Epic, we're on a venture to save many lives, generational wealth that hasn't been told, and I have to give all honor to the man above, but to you for making this move for us, to Epic, the opportunity, and the scholastic teaching, Coach Max, the Dan Allens, known as all the people that are a part of this opportunity right now. I don't think the world will ever be the same when they really see what Epic has to offer. I mean, the back office, top notch. I mean, we can literally use our phones to share information with our close loved ones and value systems that's going to touch nations and change nations of people.
Yeah.
So I'm speechless.
Yeah. So I was telling somebody that just yesterday that I don't know where you can go, whether, you're well off or even middle class,
Oh my
where you
God.
can go and have people teach about wealth, right, to any and everybody, where there's an open door policy. And that's what we're creating. So kind of speak to, and we'll wrap it up here. Speak to somebody who's on the outside looking
Yeah.
in, right? Somebody who might be looking for something. Maybe they lost some things throughout the shutdown. Maybe their jobs will not come back, or they lost some income and they're looking for something, right? What would you say to those people who are on the outside looking in at this specific project, or maybe even watching this video?
I would say to you right now, it's just like insurance. If you needed it and you don't have it, guess what? You gonna have it. Right now with Epic and the opportunity we have, I don't know nowhere you can go for $99. I'm talking just if you just want the education, because everybody's gonna have to be knowledgeable. The bank systems are set up now to where you're only gonna be dealing with foreign currency. I mean, the trade side, the currency. It's changing. We're in a one world order now. There is no more dollar bills. When I say I went to CVS, they're not taking cash. I
Right.
just set up with a TV program. They are doing Bitcoin. I kid you not. They had it down for 3 weeks so they could set up their Bitcoin. And I had to pay an extra dollar to use cash, to
Wow.
use my debit card. So no, I'm working towards getting to the bank. And if you want to say you want to know and have the banking system and know what the banking systems do, well, F.R.E.E is that place. And when I say scholastically, we have some of the most top-notch trainers,
Yes.
Coach Max, Coach Ryan, Lynn. I mean, I've been in school, okay, and I'm showing up because see, we only get what we put in it. And if in life it says it like this, if you literally, I have a guess here. If you literally do what you've been doing, you only get what you've been getting. So in life, you got to try something new. And if you're looking at a first home-based business, this is it. You get your training. It's in the back office. I mean, they're breaking it down like you're 2 years old. I'm learning so much in this last month with Epic than I've learned in a lifetime of even going to school. And even if you get the 3 and you get free, $25. When I say there's nothing out there, no platforms, auto ships are 100 plus. I don't care if you're doing lotions, potions, Herbalife, you name it. And I don't do it all. I can promise you I can pull a few things over here. No, I spent I probably spent about $600 in auto ships and just things that I do on the side. But when I say for this one here, if you just share it with 3 people for $25, this is priceless.
Absolutely.
This is
Priceless. Yes,
and the
ma'am.
information we get, the skill set, whether it's here or another place or wherever in life, you can never take that from a person. It's just like riding a bike. Once you learn it, it's with you for life.
Right.
I
And next thing you know, you're riding with no hands.
There you go. I'm looking to be like you guys. So I'm the sauce. I want to learn all that terminology they talking about, and I'm super excited because I know I'm in the right place at the right time, and the rest is just history and the people we're about to affect. I mean, man, thank you so much for allowing me to share my story today. I'm honored and humble at the same time, and just looking forward to bring some other people to the table with me.
I know you are. The best is yet to come. We just getting started. So
Yes,
you
sir.
have a phenomenal rest of your day. Congratulations again on Founder 1000. I know Founder 2000 is right around the corner. So
Staying on.
yes, I look forward to that interview coming up real soon. Any last words you want to share before we close out?
I just want to thank you again and all my team that's really been here to help me stay afloat, stay encouraged. We're all in the same place. It's just according to your motivation, and I would say don't give up. If you've been in other projects before and you didn't never seen the success, it's all about you showing up. And a quitter never win. That's the last thing. And if you get in here and you figure this is something you can do, stick it out. Give it 90 days. because they say every habit is developed in 90 days, and I'm developing my habits. I ain't going nowhere. I'm epic for life. Thank
Epic
you.
for life. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations again. You heard it from Queen. How can they reach out to you, Queen, if they wanted to connect? Facebook, Instagram, all of your ways to connect with you.
They can see me on the Millionaire March first, because that's, my main website I go. I do have a little page I'm building for my team, because I know I'm looking at 75,000. We're going to be too full for Facebook, right? But at the end of the day, you can reach me at Ramona Woods Black. That's my real, when they call government, that's where they put me at. That's
on Facebook?
I didn't know.
Is that on Facebook?
That's on Facebook, Twitter, okay. Queen Ella Woods, Instagram, Queen Ella Woods. So, and awesome. I don't know my website all the way, but they can hit me up on those platforms, and I'll definitely be willing to work with them and talk to them about this awesome opportunity.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, thanks again, ma'am. You have a phenomenal day, and congratulations again.
Thanks again. Have a blessed weekend.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.